Hello, welcome back to Reads of an Apple. My name is Stacy, or welcome if you are new here, and I'm starting my weekly vlog for week 50. That is crazy. We were week 50 of 52 of 2022. Where has the time gone? Okay, so I have things to chat about. Happy weekend. It is Sunday. It's about 9:45. And I can't just say, I just filmed my Vlogmas clip for today. So day 11 of Vlogmas. If you have not seen any of my Vlogmas stuff, check out the playlist. But today's clip, I loved. I loved today's novella. I loved today's tea. I'm using my Nightmare Before Christmas mug. One of them. This is one of my favorite teas. It's just been a good Vlogmas today. But let's talk about some things. So I had plans this weekend, crochet-wise, I had 3 bookmarks I wanted to make. And I had a beanie for my uncle, and then I have 3 scarves I wanted to at least make one other scarf, and then I wanted to start one of the other 2. So Saturday, my plan was to do the beanie and the bookmarks. I did not do anything. I just kind of had a lazy day, and then I read. And then I ended up taking like a 3-hour nap. I don't know why. And then I woke up when the kitty was like, it's 7 o'clock and my dinner time's 5:30. I'm starving. And so I had to feed her. And yeah. So I won't touch base on what I read yet. And then today I was like, okay. Bookmarks and beanie and start a scarf. So I was like, let's adjust. For some reason, I didn't really get going to like 11:30-ish. And then I was like, crap, I want to eat lunch before I get doing things, because I had the Avalanche game was at 1 o'clock. So pregame started at 12:30. Jen had her Fated Friend membership hangout today at 1 o'clock. So I had that. The Bronco game was at 2:05. I was like, why is everything on at the same time? And then one of my big podcasts that I'm a Patreon for was like, we're going to have a huge announcement at 1 o'clock today. But thankfully, it was just a really quick announcement. And it was just an audio clip they posted on Patreon and not something live. Because sometimes they do live stuff. And I'm just like, no. But so I had Jen going on my iPad. I was gonna watch the Avalanche game because it was on ESPN tonight. And even though I am an ESPN Plus customer, excuse me, I could not stream the game on ESPN because it was an ESPN game, so I had to have TV to, and I'm just like, why? I'm paying you money for the ESPN Plus stuff. Why would I not get the ESPN streams? So that was super annoying, but it's fine, because then at 2 o'clock, I just put the Bronco game on my TV on mute, because that was on CBS, so I signed up for Paramount Plus just for the football season so I can watch that. And then I had the Avalanche game playing on my Amazon speaker dude. And I'm not going to say her name because then she'll start saying stuff to me. And then I had Jen on my iPad. And then at one point I was doing other things on my phone. And then so I took notes of some of the patterns I wanted to work on like little sticky notes. So in case my phone was also busy, because I didn't know what was going on with my podcast announcement. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to use any of my devices to look up the patterns. So then I wrote out the patterns. But yeah. So I did at least make some progress. I have my beanie done for, This is like a dark burnt orange, not whatever color is coming up on my camera here. But I did this, and then I chose this kind of dark brown pom-pom, and it's got some like black tips on it. So I chose this. I didn't want to go too black and orange because that's a little like school colory, but so I got this beanie done. I had made most of my aunts and uncles this pattern of beanie, but for some reason when I made everybody these beanies, my one uncle, I made him a twisted cowl instead. So, and he didn't get a beanie. So this year I'm making my aunts and uncles scarves, and he gets his beanie. So I was like looking through, and I was like, I never made him a beanie when I did beanies for literally almost everybody else that I was making presents for that year. So his favorite color is orange, so that's why I went with this. If you are wondering, this is the Red Heart Super Saver, and this is the color Carrot, and then this is just a pom-pom I got like a huge 20 pack on Amazon a while ago that came with a whole bunch of different colors. So I still have a lot of pom-poms. And I love making beanies. This one is super simple. This is, you just do one big rectangle and then you sew the top together. And then I sewed it, and then I add in the pom-pom. So it's super simple, and I love it. That's also my go-to charity beanie as well. And then I started one of my aunt's scarves. So I will show you the pattern here, and theirs is made with a chunky yarn. And so this isn't alternating between just straight double crochets, and then it's kind of hard to tell because I chose like a heathered or a marled, but this is pattern. This has like front post double crochets that pop up, so it might be kind of hard to tell, but so there is different texture here, because here's the straight, and then here is, maybe if I pull it back so you can see the difference in texture. So this has front post double crochets that you go down. I did adjust this though, because the pattern says, because what you do is you have a couple rows of double crochet, then you do single crochets, and then you do a double crochet, but instead of doing a front post around the single crochet, which is the row below, you do it around the double crochets of the row below that. So you're going 2 rows down. But in the pattern, they were like, just when you pull up your stitches, just elongate it. And I was like, and so I tried doing a triple or a treble crochet, just because those are taller, so then it wouldn't scrunch because you're alternating between a long front post and then a double, and then a long front post and then a double. And so I felt like the doubles would get kind of scrunched because it'd be pulling them down if you left it as a double crochet, but the trebles were a little too long. So I actually changed it to double extended crochet, and that isn't pulling them together too tight, but it's pulling it enough tight to make the pattern or to make the texture look nice, but it's not like scrunching too much the textured portions together, which I'm happy for. So just had to make a tiny little adjustment. This is about 1.5 skein, and the pattern says that she made hers about 6 feet long. So I'm going to just kind of go through basically the yarn I bought for these. I overbuy my yardage just to be on the safe side, but I'll probably just use the skeins until the end of the pattern repeat, as close to almost being out of the yarn. So I got 3 skeins for it, but if you were wondering, so this is Hobby Lobby's. I love this chunky yarn. This is super soft. I like Red Heart, and one I think plus is Red Heart has a lot of yardage, and they have a lot of, especially their super savers, they don't use dye lots, so you don't have to pair up your yarn. Dye lots do make a difference. If you're buying yarn and you're buying projects, dye lots make a difference. If you don't care, then don't care. But dye lots make a difference. I've learned that the hard way. But Hobby Lobby, you do have to want to be careful to get your dye lots as close as possible, because while they might look like they're similar in the skein, once you work it out, there could be a difference in colors. So I tend to not do the Hobby Lobby I love this yarn unless I'm doing something very specific, and when I get it, it has all of the same matching dye lots. But anyway, so I got this. Hobby Lobby is also known, even though this is a full acrylic, 100% acrylic, it is so freaking soft, and it is not tearing up my hand. I use my left hand for tension, and it is not tearing it up at all. It's so soft. It's so smooth. I love Hobby Lobby Chunky. It's super pretty. I love this like heathered marled effect, and it's just so gorgeous. My aunt's favorite color is lavender, and this is the closest lavender chunky yarn they had. But I am enjoying it, and like I said, it's super soft. So I think this will make a great, like, this is perfect for a scarf. So I've got about 1.5 skeins left of this. And I was able to get through during the audiobook. I finished my uncle's beanie, and I got through most of that, or half of the scarf. So that's not too bad. So I am getting productive crochet wise. So I want to finish the scarf tonight, but I don't want to be up too late. So we will see what happens. Okay, so let's talk about the books I read this weekend. So I believe I just mentioned that I had started, but I had not finished, because I think if I remember correctly, last week's vlog, the Friday clip I did was in the morning. So I did finish A Holiday Lift by Corinne Michaels. I gave this 2.5 stars, but I left it at 2 stars on Goodreads. This is a holiday novella I did for Vlogmas. This was Vlogmas day 9. This is work rivals, forced proximity. They're trapped in an elevator together during a snowstorm. They did have a previous hookup, and there is miscommunication in here. However, the miscommunication happened, like when the miscommunication happened, it was before this book started timeline wise. So we more see them solve the miscommunication here, but that is kind of a thing. This is also a novella that has had 2/3 of it added on. So the first 30% of the novella was in a previous anthology, and in the ebook version I had, it was available on KU. I keep forgetting to mention where I get things. But it had a note at about 30%. This is where the story ended for now, or back then, or it had some weird little note like that. And then it was like, I decided to come back to these characters and add on more. And that was the remaining 60-70% of the book. It just didn't jive well with me. The first portion I was at a 3 stars, and the second half just didn't really do it for me, I guess. But just check out my vlog if you'd like to see more. But I give this 2.5 stars. For Winter's Kiss, I use this for, this is number 10, a standalone romance, because this isn't part of a series. And technically you can have a series of standalone books, but this one isn't a part of a series, so I put it there. Then Friday night, well, I guess I pulled it open, but I didn't actually start it. So Saturday morning I read Sneaking Around with the Player by Rebecca Genshak. This is the second book in her Holiday with the Players duology. Each book is based on a twin sister. I read the first book of this, Snowed In with the Player. for Vlogmas Day 2. And so this one was for Vlogmas Day 10. This had just come out on December 6th. And I gave this 5 stars. I love this. It had different vibes from the first one. And this one, time-wise, we start a couple months before the big camping trip or the big, I guess, trip that the sisters take up to their family's winter cabin up in the mountains. And then they go home for like actual Christmas Day, but they spend the first portion of their winter break up at this cabin. And then her brother and his teammates are all there, and he's a football player. But so this starts several months beforehand, and we get to see her and Bo connect, and they talk mostly over text and FaceTime at that point, and then we have the portion that happens in the first book, and then we get a good chunk after. So it's definitely a lot more elongated time-wise, and they definitely have a different vibe than what's going on. But I love this. 5 stars. This is a new adult holiday romance novella. It's about 150 pages. And then this is also sports related. So Bo is also a football player, and he has basically been rivals with their older brother since middle school, because he is a cornerback, so he's on the defense, and their brother is a quarterback. So they've always kind of been pitted against each other in like middle school and PB clubs and high schools, and now in college. And Stella is actually an athlete herself. She is a diver, and she is like pretty good that it seems like she could get on the Olympic track diving wise. So that is also super fun. So if you're looking for a unique athlete romance as well, she's a diver. But yeah, I gave this 5 stars. I loved it. And then at the end of it, now I have had Rebecca Genshak on my TBR, her Campus Wallflowers series, before I read these books. And so I joined her newsletter because I was interested in those. And that's how I found out these were getting released. At the end of this book, there is a note that their older brother Felix is going to be getting his book, but he is going to be part of the Campus Wallflowers series. So he is in a book that has not been released yet. And and Stella and her sister Holly also go to Valley U. So it's all kind of like interconnected, which is super fun. So I was like, okay, I wanted to read the Campus Wallflowers series, even though I'm not a big new adult fan. I was like, okay, I gotta get down and I gotta read them at some point before the next book comes out. So I have a bunch of digital credit that I can use on Amazon for delaying Christmas packages that I've ordered, and I decided to use them. So instead of picking up another holiday romance novella and trying to get ahead in the game, I bought and read Tutoring the Player, which is the first book in the Campus Wallflower series. And I give this 4.5 stars. I loved it. It definitely hits on the kind of stereotypical new adult tropes. She is the like shy, quiet wallflower. Although I really like the way that her shyness is discussed, about how when she is with people that she is comfortable with, like it's not that shyness is her personality. It's just that she gets anxious around people that she doesn't know, around places that she doesn't know, and she just kind of retreats into herself. And I'm very much the same way. Like, I am very animated and I get talkative, as I'm sure you've seen, with people I'm comfortable with, like my closest friends. I mean, it's a joke that I am a Gemini, where I'm like either completely silent and you can't get me to say anything, or I will talk your ear off. So I could relate to her so much. But she basically has been crushing on the captain of the hockey team in the college, and he is very much like the goody two-shoes jock kind of guy. He never gets completely wasted. He's always very polite. He's always very nice to everyone. He's not kind of in his own little clique and only focusing on like him and his players kind of a thing. And so she likes him, and then she ends up, her lab partner in their physics lab ends up kind of never coming to class, so she gets put into a pairing with him and his roommate Jordan. And Jordan is the bad boy, the player. He likes to have fun. He's always going to the parties. He's always hooking up. He's just enjoying life. There are reasons why. And she ends up falling in love with him. So there's a brief kind of rundown. So this is a hockey, sports, college, new adult, romance, 4.5 stars. I rounded up to 5 on Goodreads. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. 4. Winter's Kiss. I use this for a book that has a discrete cover version. Okay. I keep blowing my nose because I feel like since I've sneezed those couple times, my sinuses have been acting really funky. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to take a drink. All right. Or I just took a drink. So yeah, book with a discrete cover version. I like the discrete cover version. Her name is Daisy, and there's like little daisy petals on this cover, as you can see. And the discrete cover version has like a daisy flower with it, with a couple of the petals missing, and then just like petals all around the background. And I think it's super cute. So I finished that, and I was like, okay, I'll just buy the second one. It's super late on Saturday. I should probably go to bed. But I'll at least buy the second one because I still had credit. I had over $12 of credit. So I got that one. And then I bought the second book, Hating the Player. And I'm 30% through it. I just could not pick it up. I was having trouble kind of falling asleep. So I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. And maybe starting to read it will put me to sleep. And eventually I did fall asleep a lot later than I meant to. But I've been struggling sleeping anyway. But so I am 30% through that. I have not read it at all today. I needed to get today's novella taken care of, but this will be my kind of ebook book after I get novellas and my book club books done. So this one may take me a little bit to finish it just because I have other things I need to get to first, but so far, I am enjoying this. This is Violet, who is Daisy's cousin. I love that they're both flower names. I'm guessing the other 2 books, that there's going to be 2 more books in the series. The third one I've seen has a cover already. I don't know who it's going to be about, but they're the 4 friends in this house, and it's Dahlia and Jane are the other 2. So we got Dahlia, another flower name. But so this one is enemies to lovers. Basic premise that we learn in the first book is Gavin is a basketball star. He lives next door to the girls in their house. This is the big jock house that is the house to go to. Like if you're going to the top party at the college, you are going to the White House, which is what they call the basketball jock house. And he is like the number one known, he's like a big dude. And their basketball team, I guess, is really good. Their hockey team is really good too. I guess they won the Frozen Four a couple years ago when Jordan was a freshman in the first book. But yeah, anyway. So Jordan, I believe the girls are sophomores, so I think it's been a year, but Jordan and Gavin kind of started a situationship for a few weeks. She ended up giving her virginity to him, and then a couple days later, she found him in bed with her roommate. And since then, she has had a disdain for all jocks, but particularly Gavin. But now that Gavin is good friends with Jordan, who is now dating Daisy, who not only is her roommate, but her cousin, she is kind of running into him more and more often, never mind the fact that they have been next door neighbors for this year. So they're trying to kind of move past this. So this is their romance. I'm not super far in, like I said, only 30%, but we're already kind of getting past, like, they both still have this torch for each other, but just the circumstances of what happened are kind of murky, and they're very murky on Gavin's end. So I'm intrigued to kind of figure out what exactly happened that night and if he actually slept with the roommate, because he doesn't remember anything and he didn't really kind of know how he got there. So I don't know what's going on with that situation, but I'm intrigued to find out. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm trying really hard not to talk too much about books. But these ones at least aren't ones that are in Vlogmas, so. All right, I will move on. So that is currently in the works. Then today I went through my Hoopla and I was looking for any new audiobooks that were potentially holiday novellas that they've added since I've last checked their library, or what's available via my library. And I found this, The Best Husband Money Can Buy by Mary Jo Putney. It was about 2.5 hours long. I think it said it was 120 pages is what the ebook is. But I love this. This is my first Mary Jo Putney book. She's been on my TBR forever. I know she is like a more old school, not classic, but like old school author that people enjoy. And if any of her books are like this, I 100% want to read them. She might be one of my 2023 new to me authors, or an author I'd like to read more of. But we will see. I haven't quite done my 2023 planning yet. There's too much else going on right now. But I love this. I gave it 5 stars. The audiobook was excellent. I love this. So this is a Regency historical romance, marriage of convenience. The heroine is an orphan who comes into a windfall and becomes a heiress. And she goes to her distant cousin that she had a crush on when they were kids and proposes a marriage of convenience because he needs money to save his family's estate. And then they end up going to the big family Christmas party that is held, and it has all of like the extended family and whatever. They're either the Vaughn or the Vane families. So if you read Mary Jo Putney and that sounds familiar, please let me know what series, because I feel like there's so many side characters there, but they weren't really like, I feel like they could have books. So let me know if you've read Mary Jo Putney and know for sure, because I want to know where to start. But I'm very intrigued to read more from Mary Jo Putney for sure. But 5 stars. I love this. It was a great audiobook. I found it on my Hoopla, like I said. 2.5 hours. I listened to it while crocheting. And it was just the best. It was just the best. It gave me all of the cozy vibes that I want from a historical and I want from a holiday romance. So it was like doubly cozy and wonderful. So 5 stars. For Winter's Kiss, I applied this to holiday novella. So yeah, what I plan on picking up tonight, I do plan on picking up another audiobook on my Hoopla, just because I do want to try to get as much done of that scarf tonight that I would like to do. I'm just debating if I pick up another novella and try to get tomorrow's done, or if I start the Rake Appreciation Society book. But I at least have time that I could listen to it also at work the next couple days. But we'll see what I end up deciding to do tonight. But I don't want to stay up too late, but I might try to find a shorter, like hour and a half audiobook and do that. But we'll see what happens. I'll let you know tomorrow either way. So, all right. I'm going to stop blabbering at you because we are already at half an hour. So, last thing, if you are new here, I will touch base on what we do. Basically, kind of the impetus to keep me accountable for doing my daily vlogs. Mostly daily vlogs. I am behind in posting them, but I have been filming. So I have been playing the quest calendar for 2022, which is the Gates of Terralon. This is created by Sundial Games. This is a daily calendar, which is based off of D20 based games. So Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, the D20 system, things like that. Yeah, and I've been enjoying it. We are almost all the way through. Just a quick kind of update on what we were doing is there are gates to different worlds, and the gate to the demon world shattered and pieces went into all the other worlds. We were tasked with a world watcher, and we went through and collected all of the shards, and then came back home and then made it to the demon world, and have since reassembled the gate. So we are now back at home. So I'm not sure what exactly is going to go on the rest of the month for what we're doing, because I'm pretty sure we finished the main quest, but I mean, we'll have to see what happens. And then final thing, we are playing as Savani Moonchaser. She is monk class, and her race is feline, as you can tell. So she is a cat person. Speaking of, my little kitty, I think, has a UTI. She was struggling peeing earlier today, completely freaking me out. Oh, so thank goodness I'm still with Sarah and Alex right now, so I can run and get her. And she kind of checked her abdomen and stuff. She is a vet tech, and she actually works at the vet office that I take her to. So when she gets in tomorrow to work, she's going to see when the next available appointment is and get me down for it. So, she's not in pain and freaking out anymore, but I hate it when she's feeling sick, and she doesn't get sick very often. She's only gotten like sick 2 or 3 times that I can remember since having her. Alexa, dismiss. But I know that as a 21-year-old cat, little things could lead to bigger things, or little things could be, I don't know, symptoms or signs of a bigger thing starting to occur. And I know most old cats end up with kidney disease, but I've had her 21 years. I got her when she was just weeks old because my mom rescued them from her and her brother from the place she was working at, and she's my little kitty soulmate, and I just hate it when she gets sick. And I know that when it is her time to join my mom and my grandma and her brother, I'm gonna be a wreck. I'm a wreck just thinking about it, and I just hate it when her mortality hits me in the face. But anyway, let's think about other things. So just a quick rundown on the quest calendar. So this is what most days will look like. All of this script text is our story plot, which I will read out. If there's anything based on mechanics that we're doing for the day, there is usually a blocks with a block letter type font in it, and that will kind of tell us what mechanics we're doing. And if it is a page where we're having some sort of combat, there will be a table which will tell us either how many rounds, how many creatures we're fighting, and what the various roles will be. But all of the information that we need is on the previous day's page. So let's just kind of get through. So last week we were kind of forced to take a rest after putting the gate back together. So, alrighty. Okay, so looks like these are the nights, I think, back home. So I think it looks like we're finally kind of getting back home. You wake from your rest and head to the gate to return home. King Merrick Volgar himself stands before you with legions of guards pouring through the gate. He blocks your way and threatens you. You are amply warned against interfering. I regret not killing you earlier. I will not make that mistake again. Oh, in the world that was all light. He's the king that was like, you don't want to put this back together, and he tried to steal all the shards from us and hide them. Oh, we still got this guy. Okay. So he's the one that like is going to try to get rid of all of the bad things in the world, but be super oppressive about it. So alrighty. So we have 3 options. A, intimidate him to throw him off, which is a strength roll, reminder intimidating. B, talk to delay the fight and prepare, roll a d20 plus charisma, reminder persuasive. And C, give him no time, attack immediately, roll attack. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not very charismatic. To fight and prepare. I mean, I guess we're not very charismatic, but we're gonna go for it. So we have a +1 to charisma. All right. Let's roll. Well, I've got my d20, and this is the d20 that came with the little 7 dice set that came with it, and it is super tiny and super cute. So that is a 18. So we are at a 19. Thank goodness. Okay. So what do we have? And I'm going to attempt to do number B, or letter B. All right. Your words delay him. So if the result is 15 or more, your words delay him enough to give you an advantage. Gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls tomorrow. Cool. All right. So it looks like we're fighting him tomorrow no matter what. So fun. Alrighty. Well, cool. And that is it I have for you today. Oh, I didn't mention, but I will just kind of say, if you are interested, Saturdays and Sundays are combined, as you can see. The 2023 one, I think they're still finishing up shipping out the Kickstarter ones, but Sundial Games is always linked down below in all of my weekly vlogs. And the 2023 one is space opera, sci-fi based, so I'm super excited for next year's. It'll be a lot of fun. I already got mine. I unboxed it last week or a couple weeks ago, so definitely check back through those if you want to learn more about that one, or wait till the beginning of 2023 because I'll probably do a big ol' whole thing on it in the beginning. So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a good Monday. Hello, happy Monday. It has been a day, but first off, let me update you about my cute little kitty. We went to the vet today and they did a urine sample and they did blood work, but she seemed mostly okay. So they, instead of doing it all in-house, they were like, she is good enough to send it out. It seems like she just kind of has a small UTI because she is kind of peeing more normally last night and this morning. She's not 100% back, but she is at least peeing now and not struggling to pee. So they gave her an antibiotic shot, which I'm thankful for because even though it's a little bit more expensive, I don't have to go through the 2 weeks of trying to get her to take her medicine twice a day. And getting my timing absolutely perfect for that. So it'll be nice. She just kind of gets her little antibiotic shot. Plus, that'll kind of help her if she's fighting anything else off, which is good. But she did a really good, except for the car right there. I mean, I just pick her up and walk towards the door, and she acts like I'm going to kill her. She just doesn't like leaving the house at all. It doesn't matter where we're going. She does not want to leave the house, and it is super cute. But she's curled up sleeping, and then I stopped at Wendy's on the way home because my appointment was like at 11:30 and I was too nervous this morning about what was going on to eat, so I stopped and got Wendy's and I got a burger for myself, and then I got a little kid's chicken nugget and I took the breading off and I gave her almost a whole chicken nugget, but chicken is her favorite, so she got a treat after the vet and was very happy, and now she's over there sleeping, which is nice. But anyway, just an update. So the tests are supposed to come back tomorrow and Tuesday, and then the doctor, the vet, isn't in that clinic on Tuesday, so she's supposed to call on Wednesday and kind of give me a rundown on what the blood work and stuff showed. But I did kind of opt for, like, they probably were going to ask to do blood work anyway, but I was planning on asking for blood work, whether that was part of the UTI issue or not, just because she is 21 now. It's been a couple years since she had some blood work, so just to kind of make sure she's doing okay, and maybe I should do it more than just once every couple of years. But things were crazy the past year, so I need to be better at, now that she's getting older, taking her in more frequently for her blood work. But I mean, until 2 years ago, when she got her first UTI, she had never been sick in her entire kitty life. 19 years for her to get sick. So she's a good little kitty, that's for sure. So let's talk about books. I listened to the audiobook yesterday for Hunted Holiday. This is by Mandy M. Roth, and this actually is a reread for me. I apparently read it back in 2018. I gave this 4 stars back then. This reread, I did drop it down to 3 stars. It's about 80-page paranormal romance novella between a Slayer heroine and a vampire hero. And I can't remember what I said. I dropped it down to 3 stars this time. I feel like part of it might be because of the audiobook, but the other part might be because I'm not really reading a lot of that style of book, the novella, shorter story, or even shorter novel, fated mate, insta-love, paranormal romance. I mean, there was a good chunk of time there where that is all that I read. But yeah, so, and it could be partly because of the audiobook and partly because of just what I've come to expect and really want from a novella. But it was fun. It was cute. Like 3 stars isn't bad. It was okay for me as a 3 stars. So if those tropes kind of sound like something you're interested in, definitely check it out. And this one they both have been pining for each other for a while. He recognized her as his fated mate when she was 18 years old, but he felt that she was too young and he didn't kind of want to make the moves on her just yet. So he's finally making the move years later. So I read that yesterday while I was crocheting. And you know what I just thought? Oh, you know what? I think I picked it up after I talked to you. Yeah, I did. Okay. I was like freaking out for a second. And then I should mention for Winter's Kiss, I'm going to use this for red on the cover. Then last night I went ahead and picked up the second book in the series. I was just going to read the second book because it works great for my Clear the TBR because it's been on Want to Read since 2018. But I wanted to reread the first book. So, and these audiobooks I read on Hoopla. So then I picked up the second book, and this is Heated Holiday. And this is the heroine's one of his older brothers, and he is a vampire, and they are going to some big negotiating peace meeting type situation, and with humans, because supernaturals are out and everybody knows that they exist. And while they're there are the purists, so the people who are like pro-humans and only humans and hate on the supernaturals, are picketing. And our heroine's father is one of the like head honcho dudes for this purist faction, and she is half fae, but she hides that, and she finds out that her stepfather's plan is to bomb the building for wherever this meeting is taking place, so it will kill a bunch of supernaturals and humans, but then they're going to pin it on the supernaturals. So she shows up to alert them to what's going on and finds out that she's fated mates with the brother in this book. So quick rundown there. This one was a lot shorter than the other one, but I also gave this 3 stars. It didn't feel shorter, but it's like 30 pages shorter. I've started it last night, and then I was able to finish it on my drive home from the vet clinic today. So I listened to it on the way there and on the way home, and I finished it like several minutes before I was pulling in to work. So great that I am a little bit ahead. I'm going to try to pick up some more audiobooks tonight to kind of stay ahead of the game, because I have some book club books that I need to pick up. But for Heated Holiday, I use this for green on the cover for Winter's Kiss. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm almost through the first bingo board. I do have quite a few prompts left, but for my book club books that I'm going to pick up, I kind of penciled them in on my checklist to where that they would fit, so I can try to be a little more, instead of just willy-nilly picking holiday novellas, try to pick some that help me complete this. So yeah, that'll be great. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I need to pick specifically for those prompts, which is fun. Then while I was at the vet clinic, I forgot to check out the next book I wanted to read on KU, so I had to look at what I had on my Kindle while I was at the vet clinic, because I didn't want to put my earbuds in while I was there. So I had found for free on Amazon last week, so I don't know if it's still free or not, but definitely check it out. Nutcracker of Crystal Fall. This is by K.L. Moody, and this is a Nutcracker retelling. And apparently it is a prequel and set in the same world as her Fae and Crystal Thorns series. Never heard of this author, never heard of that series before, but I saw that it was a Nutcracker retelling on Amazon, and it was free. So, and it was a holiday novella, so I downloaded it because I was like, why not? And it's also a fantasy romance. And I only had one other holiday fantasy romance, and this one was a little bit shorter, and this one was already downloaded to my Kindle. So I started that one. I'm only 18% in, so I'm not 100%, like, we're still kind of going through setup here, but I will be talking about that in a Vlogmas, and then the previous 2 books I chatted about will definitely are Vlogmas books, so stay tuned to any Vlogmas stuff if you want to hear my more in-depth reviews on those. But that is what I'm currently reading. Like I said on the last book, I do plan on picking up another audiobook tonight. I have a couple checked out, so I just got to decide which one that I want to pick up next. So let's do the quest calendar, and then I have one other kind of thing that I wanted to talk about tonight. So yesterday we ran into King Mark Volgar, him and his dudes. So we do get a bonus to all our attack rolls today. So I'm assuming that we are going to be fighting them. Yep. All right. Yep. We have a battle, so it looks like we will be doing 1 roll each for 4 different guards. And there will be a wisdom roll, an attack roll, and a damage roll. But let's see what it says. Mark Volgar yells and commands his troops to charge. Death to the criminal. We're not a criminal. We just saved the universe. And there he is. He's standing in the background. Lazy king. Although of the other, like, officials that we've met, he's definitely not a lazy king, but I think he just wants his cronies to kind of wear us down before he steps in. But we shall see. Okay. Alright. Usually I prep, but because I did my Vlogmas clip before this, I have stuff everywhere. Alright, so make space to roll so I don't lose things, and let's just kind of get to it. So, so our attack is a plus 12. Our damage is 3d10 plus 6. And then our wisdom is a plus 4. And then we also get our +2 attack. So our +2 attack is actually +14. So those are the numbers that we'll need. And let's get going. So guard number 1, wisdom roll is first. And that is a 9. So 13. We needed a 16 or more. So we will just move on. So now we have to actually attack. So the wisdom rolls are similar to what we did with the demons before. We're banishing back to the homeworld, but because we did not banish him, we have to fight the guard number 1. So that is a 15 on the die, so we have 29 to hit. All right, and if it's 17 or more, you hit the guard. Perfect. So 3d10 plus 6. Whoa. Okay, so we've got a 10, 13, and one more. So 16, so we have 22 damage. If you hit and your damage roll is 16 or more, the guard dies. Okay, so that is guard number 1. Guard number 2. So wisdom roll first. So we will need a 12 or more to banish. Hey, look at that. And it's a 12. So we banish the guard back to his home realm. It is defeated. Reduce your health by 1. Gain +1 bonus to any future die roll. Go to the next enemy in combat. Okay. So on to enemy number 2. And we have no damage right now, so I'll just keep track mentally and then mark it all when we're done. So that is a 6 for the wisdom roll, so we do not banish this guy. So we have to attack him. So once again, we are at a +14. And that is a 13, so 27. And this guy, we need a 16 or more to hit, so we do hit. So damage is 9, 10, 11, 12... 13, 14, 15, so 21 damage on him. If you hit and your damage roll is 18 or more, the guard dies. So we have killed guard number 3 and then guard number 4. And that is a 4, so we do not banish him. And then to hit, ooh, and not 20. But that is just a 34 to hit. And on this guy, we need a 19 or more. So we do hit. All right. And damage on this guy. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8. And a 15 plus 6. So 21 again. Crazy. All right. If you hit and your damage roll is 12 or more, the guard dies. All righty. And we killed or banished all of the guards, so we don't have to really kind of worry about what other effects are going on at the end of that. So that is all we have for today, quest calendar wise. And then the one other kind of little thing that I wanted to go over is sometime last week, maybe the weekend before, I could not sleep. And so what did I do? Look up a bunch of planner stickers on Etsy, and I got some today. And I was looking at a couple different Etsy shops, and I really wanted to get some from In Love and Words, but they weren't quite the sizes or what I am planning on doing, because I think I've showed you before, but my 2023 planner is this guy. So I don't have a bullet planner. I'm going to use an actual like planner here. But I wanted to kind of get things to, because I have my blacks, but my black pens, but then I also have so my colored pens, I like to use colored pens, and there's 8 colors including black, but I use black in my current planner only for like books that like new release dates for books, and then I just kind of cycle through the colors. I go in alphabetical order, so each row has a different color. They're not really color coded outside of they go in a specific order, so I can use all of the colors as equally as I can. And I like doing that because I like looking at it and seeing a bunch of colors. But I did, since I am going to be combining my blog reviews, which at this point, I'm probably just going to wait and then start catching up on reviews and try to get a good backlog going, and then come back to doing reviews on my blog in January. But I think I'm going to stop doing all of the extra announcements and stuff, but we'll see what I end up doing. If I get enough good backlog and I have enough time to kind of keep updating on everything, I might just do that, but we'll see what happens there. But so I have January's tentative videos already kind of planned out, and I use the system that Heather from Hia Booktubes has talked about, where you put them on sticky notes, and then that way if you need to move them around, you don't have to do a bunch of whiting out or remove. And then on my sticky notes, I have little boxes to keep track. So this is film, edit, and then upload. And then once it's published, I will write it on the day. And so those are kind of what I'm potentially planning temporarily. I've only kind of done January so far, just to kind of see, because I'm sure I will make adjustments as we go. But in the beginning of the planner, there is, after the year overview, there is these double page of contacts forms, and then I'm not going to use this for contacts. So I wanted to get some fun, cute little stickers to, instead of just washi tape, to blot those out. And then I'm going to probably try to do some personal reading challenges there, or backlist authors, or just kind of keep some notes for some yearly goals that I would like to have there. So let me show you what I got. So, oh, and then I also got some stuff from Amazon because I wanted to get some super flat paper clips, thinner than the ones that I have now. And when I was looking at thin planner paper clips, I found this multicolored collection. And look what they are. They're kitties. And they are very, very thin. So I got a pack of those, and it has, I think, 5 or 6 colors in it. But I love using paper clips. That is my preferred way of doing paper clips. And I might have showed you before, but what I like to do with my paper clips is when a month is finished, I paper clip the month together. So if I need to go back, when I do like readathon or read along announcements, I will go back, I will make a little note that when the wrap up is posted, I need to go back to that announcement post and link that the wrap up is posted, so that if you're finding this in the future, you can see, oh, the wrap up's already up. And you don't have to go searching through tags or anything. It's just linked on that. So, but once a month is completely finished, I will paper clip that month together. But so like I have some wrap up TBRs because I'm behind in my blog posts. So I haven't completely closed off September yet. But all of the other previous months, and I have a bunch of notes in the front of my planner, but I like to accordion them together. So like, as you can see, I do 2 months together. So, and then this is the beginning of the planner, but it's just kind of nice. So when you're flipping through and you can grab one, it has this fun accordion effect, and you can flip right to where your last thing is. So even though I have like September clipped together and October clipped together, I still know that there was some stuff in September I still needed to take care of. And then if there was still stuff in September I needed to do, but October and November were fine, I would accordion those two together, but still leave September unaccordioned to everything else. So things might adjust slightly with my new one, but because I like the paperclip, plus I don't know, I know some people don't, and it is a little annoying sometimes trying to write on them, so I might change my placements where, but it's also kind of fun to see how the paper clips all staggered here. But I don't know, and I like my planner like feeling thick because it feels used if it's not still super thin to me. So I was looking for thin paper clips and I found those cute kitty ones. However, it was cheaper to get I don't even know how many are in here. This says 180 pieces, but it's not 180 of these because I think it's 60 of these. And it's 6 of 10 colors or 10 of 6 colors or something like that. But it was cheaper to get this pack that came with kitty sticky notes. And there's 6 colors and they're super cute. So I am a sticky note fiend. I use sticky notes all the time. I constantly have notes everywhere, I'm sure you've seen. So I got those. So those I have for paper clips. Plus they're cute and I love kitties. Okay, but then the planner stickers that I got, I ordered these from Orange Umbrella. I will link them down below. And now I actually ordered these from their Etsy site. But according to what I just took out of the package, I had already opened it, but I haven't looked at them yet. There's a little code here on your next order, but it says on the website, not valid on Amazon or Etsy. So you could potentially buy these guys on Amazon as well, it looks like. Or they have their own website. So I will link their website down below. And I had a bunch of different people that I was looking at getting stickers from, but I decided to just get them all from the same company. So everything's kind of matching and I wanted to qualify for free shipping. So oh, it looks like I got some freebies here. Okay, cute. So we'll look at the freebies in a second. So like I said, it's Orange Umbrella Company, and I will link them down below, but there is their information here. So, super cute. Alrighty, so, and I did have plans. So let's see if I can remember my plans here. So, I have 2 sheets of these guys, and these are just planner stickers with, and these are what they call their planner icon that has a heart in it. I got their they called this the black version, but it's black and white, and this isn't matte. So what I thought would be perfect is to use these on my month. So like the full month, not the weekly, so the monthly calendar pages for my blog posts. And then I will do a little sticker here, and then I can write what review is supposed to be up that day, or what I have, or once it's posted, what review was posted that day. And then I was thinking, I got the black and white instead of the rainbow ones because I was thinking I can color code them for subgenre, and then just either use a marker or a colored pencil or a crayon, or find something, and then I can color code them for genres, which will just be something even more fun on the side, but not something that I have to be super over artistic for. So I got 2 sheets of those because how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So this is 130. So I have 260 stickers. And in the past, my average has been about 200, 250 books. So this should be enough to cover the full year. Hopefully, I could read more than that. Then for videos, I got the YouTube Rainbow. And so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it goes down. And so we've got a bunch of different colors. And I thought maybe this would work perfect because I could do 1 color a month. Or I can do like two rows a month or something like that. But so on where I have all the sticky notes on my monthly, I will use these when I write down what videos were posted to differentiate between videos and reviews. Then, okay, so these are the ones that I got for that contact page. So I can do my own columns, and then I will put these over it, and then I can write like whatever column that is. And then I can also put these on the lines. So if I don't need a full column for just one thing, I can kind of make that contact area whatever I wanted to do. And I got the like green, I think they called this one the eucalyptus colorway. Let me see if my receipt says. Okay, I guess this is the green ombre skinny event labels, stitched skinny event labels, because I like the look of the stitched outlines. So I got these for that contact page. And let's kind of keep going here. So then, whoa. I have these book stack ones, and I did get the rainbow version of this one, and I thought these would be good for blog posts, or if I do end up doing blog posts talking about readathons or read-alongs or other just miscellaneous posts that aren't strictly reviews, I would use these for those. And then I'm just gonna do like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, whatever. I'll pick a color for a month and go with them that way. And then I've got a couple other sticker sheets to go through. So I did get 3 of the flagged, and these are the rainbow flags, and I'm going to use these for the weekly spread. So to differentiate between my different videos. So I will just try to do one color a week, and what I do right now is I write down which, like, if I have multiple things going on, like right now I have my weekly vlogging, my one-off videos plus Vlogmas. So I'm going to use these to kind of differentiate between the different weeks, and there should be enough that I can use like one flag, because most of the time it will just be one video a day when I do vlogging. So this should be able to do one color a week, and I got enough to kind of last me throughout the year. And so these are going to be more specifically to my normal weekly vlogs and things like that. And then I did get one of the darker rainbow ones, and I just got one sheet of this, and these will be for readathons or things kind of like Vlogmas, but I have something else for Vlogmas to kind of help differentiate, because the color tones are completely different from the normal rainbow one, to kind of help them stand out a little bit more. And maybe I'll go backwards just to kind of keep the colors opposite. But so I got these for the other videos that I would do. And then the final stickers I ordered were these cute little Christmas icons, and I'm going to use these for Vlogmas. So instead of the flags, I will use these guys to identify Vlogmas ones. And I got these because these were kind of the smallest Christmas icons they have, and I loved the mix of things. So these ones I'm going to specifically use for Vlogmas next year. So I have plans for sure. And then it looks like they sent a little packet of some freebies. So let me just pull them out and kind of see what they are. These are super cute. So it looks like these are kind of fall autumny icon stickers. So those are super cute. And then, okay, it looks like we have some different style of event labels. I'm sure I can figure out something. Oh my gosh. There's a kitty with a, like, either tea or coffee or cocoa or whatever it is. It's a kitty holding a mug with a heart on it. Oh my gosh. Super freaking cute. Ah. Okay. Oh, cute. And then these are little umbrella icons. I'm sure I can find something fun for those. And then these, it looks like, are just like appointment things. So these are all, say, lunch date. So I probably won't use those ones, but if you would, let me know if you use stuff like those, and I will send them to you in the mail, because I probably won't use these. So, but yeah, that is everything I got from Orange Umbrella. I am very excited to kind of start using these, and I hopefully after Christmas, I kind of have some ideas that I'm keeping note of, but I definitely want to kind of start really kind of going over my planning for what I want to do planner wise and how I want to kind of run things next year. So I'm not feeling as overwhelmed with some things. Although part of that is also just life stuff that's going on right now. But yeah, so I will link them down below. I'll also put the little kitty thing down below if you're interested in that. Like I said, I got that off Amazon. But yeah, otherwise, I'm going to stop blabbering at you because it's another long clip and I want to get crocheting and listening to an audiobook, and I got to figure out what I want to read first. So that might take, it always takes longer than I expect. So I will see you all tomorrow. Hello, happy Tuesday, happy Avalanche Day. I have some updates. So let us talk crochet first. I did finish my one aunt's scarf. So this is the texture portion with the just straight double crochets. I have not measured it, but this is what it is folded in half. So it's super long. I was at just over 4 feet with 2 skeins. So this is probably about 6 feet. Because I used the full 3 skeins. All I have left is just this tiny little ball that I put together. Which is in the bottom of my bag now. So I finished that. That was super exciting. And then I made a bookmark for Jen. So I will just kind of show you. And I've had it sitting under some heavy books. So I don't know why this one's all wibbly wobbly, but so I did a dragonfly. I was trying to find something Outlander based, and then I did an extended chained tail just to kind of help make it a bookmark. I should have made the wings a little bit smaller because they kind of stick out, but I went with this because one of the Outlander books is Dragonfly in amber, so I did amber colored wings to kind of hit the amber, and then I thought it just would look good against the black body. So I did this. I used a Dragonfly applique pattern that's available for free on Revelry, and then I just kind of adjusted it. And then I used the black is Red Heart Super Saver, so that's a worsted weight. And then this is Red Heart or Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in the sun gold color, because I thought this was a better amber than some of the red hearts I have. And then I actually, instead of typically use an H hook with worsted weight, but I used an F hook. And I'm leaning forward because a dog has their feet on my back. We do it, Rinks. Come on. Come see me. Hi, Rinks. Come say hello. It's a dragonfly. Yes, okay. Oh, nope. We are not going to chew on the dragonfly. That is naughty. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, I know. You got to be in the center of attention. So yeah, I finished those 2. So my plan is tonight, I'd like to do the other 2 bookmarks and then get started on one of the other 2 scarves for my aunt and uncles. And then I can try to finish the other 2 scarves this week and get everything shipped out. And I should have, because that scarf is for my family that's in Wyoming, who we may or may not be able to visit. And the other ones are for people in California who I know I won't be seeing. So I should have done theirs first because I actually have to ship theirs. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Book-wise, I did finish the audiobook today at work for The 9 Lives of Christmas. I started it last night. This is by Sheila Roberts. I have wanted to read this book because the Hallmark movie of the same name is my favorite Hallmark Christmas movie. I love it to pieces. I adore it to pieces, and I wanted to read the book version to see how it was. I will be talking about this during Vlogmas, so stay tuned for that. Or actually, you can check it out in my playlist. This will be for day 14 of Vlogmas. But quick thoughts. I gave this 3 stars. If I was rating this as a romance, I would be giving this 2 stars. This felt more like women's fiction to me, And I mean, it's clean, but it is, I mean, it's kind of based off of a Hallmark movie came from this, so I'm not surprised it was clean. I wasn't expecting there to be spice or anything. We got 2 kisses. And we spent probably 80 to 90% of the book in 2 different POVs. And those POVs was Zach, our hero, and Ambrose the cat. Which is fun that we were in Ambrose's the cat POV. This definitely had It's a Wonderful Life vibes, where instead of having it be the angel, it is Ambrose the cat. But long story short, I didn't really appreciate a lot of the way that the characters were put together. And there's a lot of differences from the movie. So yeah, in this case, the movie is 1,000 times better, and I will have to try to find the movie to watch it. I have it on DVD, but it's packed with all my stuff, so I'll have to try to figure out when it's airing on Hallmark and try to put it on Peacock or see if I can stream it from somewhere. But yeah, this was super disappointing, and yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, for Winter's Kiss, I use this for full-length holiday book. Technically, it's only like 240 pages, so it's not like a full length, but I would say this is considered a full length and not a novella. It's a shorter novel for sure. I also listened to the audio via Hoopla. My Libby also had the audio, but there was going to be a wait list, but Hoopla also has it. So also, I do want to say the audio for this book is 6.5 hours long for a 240 page book. I could have read this in like 2.5 to 3 hours. So yeah, there's also that. Okay. Quest calendar. So yesterday we fought 4 of the guards that were the kings. So I'm assuming today we're going to fight the king. Oh, okay, maybe not. Now it looks like we're going to have to deal with some ranged guards maybe. So is that what we're going to do the rest of the year? Are we going to drag out the fight with the king? But all right. As you are fighting the guards, expert marksmen take aim with crossbows to fire upon you. So 1, try to take out some of the crossbow shooters. This is a roll of d20 plus attack. And then we have 2 options for 2. 2A is dodge the bolts that fly at you, a dex roll, reminder danger sense, or use the guards you are fighting as a shield, which is a strength roll, reminder athlete. So I'm going to go more dodge. Although we would be both good at both options. But let me get my dice out here and we will get to rolling. You see me rolling. You hating? I think that's how that sounds. They see me rolling. They hating? I don't know. It's an old R&B rap song that I remember growing up with. Okay, anyway. Okay, try to take out some of the crossbow shooters. So we don't have the +2 for today. It was just for that 1 page. So we are down to a +12. And that is a 17, so 29. If the result is 15 or more while fighting the other guards, you are able to get off a few attacks and take out a couple of shooters before they fire their crossbows at you. Gain a +4 bonus on your roll to avoid the bolts. Cool. So our dex is a +6, and then we also do have danger sense, which gives us a +2, and then one of our followers has danger sense as well, so that's another +2, total of +10 plus the 4 that we just got as a bonus, +14 to what we roll. So we should be really good. All right, so that is a 9, which isn't very helpful. So we are at 20, wait, what did I get? +14, so 23. Okay. We got the highest dare. If the result is 21 or more, that was a little closer than I expected. You expertly dodge every single crossbow bolt that flies at you. Cool. All right. So there's that. We are done with quest calendar. We are done with updates. As for what I'm reading next, I kind of figured out, I also figured out actually I technically did it this morning, while I was listening to the audiobook some more because I woke up super early. So I kind of figured out what book club books I have left to read and where they fit in Winter's Kiss for the prompts that I have left. And then I looked at the remaining prompts and I tried to figure out books that I already had kind of saved as favorites to use for those prompts. And most of them ended up being ebooks I had and not audiobooks. So I might try to see if I can squeeze in another audiobook. Otherwise, I might have my Amazon A-gal, Lexi, as I heard a car commercial have her read the ebook to me. It's not quite as good, but it's probably better than some of the other audiobooks I've already listened to this month. So we'll see. I have a couple that are started, so I might use her to try to finish up some things, but I won't get too much audiobook listening done today, probably because I've got the Avalanche game at my pregame stuff is at 6:30, so I've got about half an hour before I have to worry about that. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I will let you know tomorrow what I pick up. So have a great night. Hello, happy Wednesday. Yeah, I have some things to chat about with you for tonight. So first off, I got my Enchanted Fandom drinking vessel. If I remember correctly, this is the final mug in the Sarah J. Maas collection. I will link Enchanted Fandoms below. They have a couple different subscription boxes. I just do the drinking vessel, and I was lucky enough that I was following them when they did the restock for the Rowan and Aylin mugs and Rhysand and Farah mugs, so I should have all of them. I know they have a couple of their Sarah J. Maas mugs that aren't a part of that collection, but and it's either this one or it's next month, but I know it's coming up soon. I'm actually drinking out of my Manorian mugs, so Manon and Dorian tonight. So there's a box inside a box. So let us see how it is. It is. And I will have to be using these mugs because I have Kingdom of Ash right there, that big yellow book. I gotta start it. SJM Long is on Sunday. I wanted to reread a couple portions, a couple things in Tower of Dawn first though, and then I will probably pick that up. But this month is Aedion and Lysandra. Oh, and I love the green vibes. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. And it is on both sides. Like I said, I will link them down below. And any of these ones, you can probably tell from the bottom, these are stacking mugs. Look at them. Oh my gosh, they look so cool together. Look at them together. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Some of them I have in storage. So I can't wait to get all my mugs out, and I will keep these all together. I've seen some people have them on their bookshelves and stuff, but I like using my mugs, and I'll usually then move them to a bookshelf or to decoration one, they're really hard to drink out of, or they're kind of awkward to clean or something funky like that. I have some oddly shaped Disney store ones that are like that, where like this is the opening like this. So it's like really hard to drink out of. You have to like tilt it long ways and try to drink it. Or if there's like a crack or something, then I'll change it to a more decoration mug if I can't actually put liquid in it. And part of me wants to save these so they don't get used, but at the same time, like, they should be used and I love them. So I might try to find a stacking mug rack, and then I will put all of these in that and I will have them all together. Or something like that, but I will probably use this during Vlogmas this year too, because I try to use a different mug for each one, but since I only have a few mugs, but then I bought a couple mugs on Black Friday, so I'm running out of mugs to have a new one every day. But I can also borrow some of my brothers and girlfriends. Usually I do my Christmas mugs, but anyway, there's also a recipe card that's usually included. So this one we have Adion's Wendland Bloodline Drink. So this has dehydrated orange wheel, lime juice, simple syrup, nutmeg, grated nutmeg, orange juice, Angostura bitters, cherry hearing liqueur, Scotch whiskey, sweet vermouth, San Pellegrino Aranciata Rosa soda to top. I probably won't be making that because I'd have to buy like every single thing except for the orange juice. Well, actually, I don't normally keep orange juice. So the lime juice, I have little bottles of lime juice. And the nutmeg. That is all I have. Oh, hey, look. And this one's a lot different. Lysandra's Shapeshifter Tea. Ooh, tea. So 4 cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 cup of brown sugar firmly packed, and cinnamon for garnish. Milk, butter, and brown sugar. Does not a tea make? That sounds almost like a liquid, like kind of like a custard or something. I don't know. That's weird. Interesting. I mean, I definitely would try that. I have all of those ingredients handy. I don't know if I'm going to try it recently, but I definitely would want to try that because I actually made hot pudding tonight. I did vanilla hot pudding and it was delicious. I haven't had hot pudding in forever, but it's been so cold and the wind has been so bad the past couple days. And we were originally supposed to get snow. And the storm moved east of where I am in Colorado. And I would rather have snow than this freaking 30-degree dropping wind. It's ridiculous. But anyway, quick update on Cheese. I got her blood work and stuff back today. I was able to talk to the vet on the phone this morning. And she has hyperthyroidism. So, I mean, she's an older cat. The problem is her liver stuff is a little high. Her kidneys are okay, but with her thyroid being overactive, that's probably causing some of these other things to be high. But on the other hand, her kidney, which if you don't know, cats, it's very common for old cats to have kidney disease. Like every single one gets one. And so that could be making whatever kidney disease she might have, like not have it or just have a little bit of it or something. So I'll have to take her in 3 weeks and we'll see if this medication works and if she'll take her pills. And if not, I'll have to get something that I can rub into her ears, but we'll see. She wasn't too bad taking her medicine when I did the antibiotics when she got her UTI a couple years ago, but she did have a UTI, but I think we caught it early enough that it didn't get too bad. But yeah, so she's doing good. She's eating. And so I guess part of her weight loss, according to my aunt is a vet and her specialist is actually Kitty. So I kind of ran everything also by her just to kind of double check because this is first time I've been to this vet and my aunt said a lot of the same stuff. So I definitely feel a lot more comfortable. The only thing my aunt said is that she was a little more worried about her weight loss and that it was a sign of the hyperthyroid stuff. But she's also getting older and a lot of older cats will lose muscle mass just as they get old. I mean, humans do too. But she didn't really have that 2 years ago. She was still pretty much the same size, but she has gotten a little skinnier. But she has still stayed the same loudness. Yeah, you're still the same loudness. You're still the loudest kitty. And you're a screamer. Nice, huh? And say hi, everybody. I'm okay. Got thyroid issues, huh? But so we're going to try the new medication, and then I'll take her in 3 weeks and get more blood work done and see how it goes from there. But most likely she'll probably be on thyroid stuff for the rest of her life. But if she eats her pills and she is fine and happy and normal for her and isn't having a degrading quality of life, I'll just keep her on it to try to keep her. I mean, I always used to joke with everybody that she'll be a miracle kitty and last until she's 30, but I think my time for joking has run out now that she is 21 and we're actually starting to have, decent issues. Huh. I don't know what you want. You're the one that wanted attention, so I picked you up. You want to go on the bed? I know, I'm farther away than normal, huh? Okay, so book-wise, I didn't really pick up anything last night. I did when I was making dinner, and then my hot pudding this morning. Picked up If You Give a Jerk a Gingerbread. This is by somebody. This is the second book in the Reindeer Falls trilogy, Reindeer's Falls has had one trilogy, and then last year a second trilogy came out. So technically there's 6 books in this series, but they're separated into 2 different kind of trilogies. And I read the first one last year, and I'm trying to remember who plays who. If you give a jerk some gingerbread. I bet this is very... I want to say it's Jana Aston, but let me just... Yeah, Jana Aston. But I gave the first book 3 stars, I think. I wasn't too impressed with the first book in the series, so I didn't pick up the rest of them. But I've heard that the second and the third book in the series are better than the first, so I went with this. I actually got the first 3 books in a bind-up. It was for free, but they're also available on KU. But I got this for free a couple months ago. She was having a pre-Christmas or a pre-Halloween sale or something funky. So, I do not have this in audiobook. However, I am having my Amazon Lexi read it to me, and so I was listening to that. And it's serviceable. I mean, I've definitely read audiobooks that are produced and worse, and it's given me this story. And I mean, yeah, there are some things instead of object, she said object. Which I know is a very minimal change, but it is a change, and they are different words, but I knew what she was trying to say, and it just made me chuckle instead of just annoyed me. So I'm gonna try it. This, I think, is only 70-ish, 70, 80 pages. I know it's less than 100, so I should be able to get through it fairly quickly and then see if I want to pick up. I was planning on picking up the 3rd book in this series as well, but I'm going to see how this, having her read it to me, goes, and if that might change what I end up doing moving forward on if I can handle this for a whole book, or, because, I mean, it was only 15-20 minutes when I listened to it earlier, so it wasn't enough to, I feel really bother me much. But once I'm sitting down and it's an hour-long audiobook, maybe I won't like it. So we will see. I will keep you updated, but that's the next book I'm picking up for Vlogmas, and I should be able to finish it tonight because it will be the book I have to talk about tomorrow, because I am all caught up again. Then let's do the quest calendar, and then I do have a little bit of show and tell. So, yesterday we dealt with the ranged people from King Mark Vagar. So are we fighting him today? Nope. We're fighting more guards. So, more guards. How long are we going to fight these guards? I get it. This is the big epic battle, but... So there we go. So it looks like we will fight 3 guards for one... for 1 round each for each of the 3 guards, but we will make a wisdom roll, probably to banish them back to their home world again, a dexterity roll, I'm guessing to avoid bolts that are ranged attacks that are coming at us, and then attack and damage. Little description is, several guards rush in to attack you, some try to grab and restrain you. Okay, so the dex is probably to avoid becoming grappled. Excuse me while I choke on my spit. Alright, let me get my dice out. And we will get rolling. I won't sing that same song again. She is pouting at me over there. Did I mess with you? Poor baby kitty. You're the one that wanted attention, you know. Okay, so our wisdom, just a quick touch base. Our wisdom is a +4. Our dexterity is a +6. Our attack is a +12. And our damage is 3d6 plus, or not 3d6, 3d10 +6. So let's just get to it. So guard 1, wisdom roll is first. And that is a 19. So we are at 23. And we needed a 15 or more to banish the guard back to his home realm. So cool. We got him done. We don't have to worry about anything else. So on to guard 2. So wisdom roll once again. And we need a 15. So I need 11 or more. That is a 20 on the die. So guard number 2, banished. And I am, because we're using this banishing technique, I am taking 1 point of damage to each of these, but then I have a +1 that is accumulating for each one that I can add to whatever roll in the future. And then the final one is an 18. That's weird. 19, 20, 18. I guess we're supposed to have a quick update today and just get through them. So guard number 3 is also banished. And that is all we have, because we banished / killed them all. So, alrighty. That is all we have. So we'll see if tomorrow we finally get to fight that king, or if we'll have more other guards to contend with. But we shall see. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. So I will see you all tomorrow. I won't see you tomorrow. I will see you today. I forgot show and tell. So, yesterday, I did finish my next 2 bookmarks. So, I am done making bookmarks for the time being. I might make a bookmark for one other person, but that will be later on in my things. So, the first one I made, I turned a dragon applique into a bookmark, and look at him. He is so cute. And I have had these sitting under a couple really heavy board games to try to flatten them out, but the tail still has a little bit of a curve. It just sucks because I don't have any of my oh my gosh, I just lost the name. There's a technique with crochet and knitting where you like put it out and you spray it with water or starch and you kind of set the stitches and blocking. I don't have any of my blocking stuff. It's all packed, so. But he should be okay to at least mail. And then I actually ended up, this is Scarfy. So this is a 5-weight yarn. But I thought he was super cute because it's a red and black twisted yarn. So as you can kind of see more of the red here. And I just had a tiny little ball left from a poncho I made my sister a couple years ago. And I liked this better than the bright cherry red that I had. And no joke, I had probably that much yarn left. So I played Yarn Chicken and I won. So I made him last night. If you would like a dragon bookmark, please let me know. This was freaking adorable. I spent probably 10 minutes after I finished talking about how cute it is and showing my kitty over and over again. So if you would like a little dragon bookmark, let me know. I will make one for you and send it to you because I need more excuses to make little dragon bookmarks. And then here's the other one that I made. So I used a pattern for 2 of the things, and then the third portion I made up my own pattern, and I have it all written down, so if anyone's interested I can publish it on Ravelry. I keep track of all my crochet crafts on Ravelry, but here we go. It is the Tower of Water. So this is the Eye of Sauron. I found a free pattern for this on Ravelry, and then I came up with the tower pattern myself, and it took me a while to try to figure out how I wanted to do these guys, because I did want a little bit of this like curvy overhang, so it took me a while to try to figure out how I wanted to do that. And then I also had I found a pattern for a flower ring, but I just used the ring portion, and then I found this really pretty gold yarn, and then I attached it, and then I just attached this to a chain, so when it's sitting in a book, I'll show you here. I have 9 Lives of Christmas still just sitting here. The chain is sticking, or the ring is sticking out, and if it's a mass market paperback, it's like the Eye of Sauron is trying to find the ring. Oh my gosh, I'm such a nerd, I know. But then if it's like a bigger book, like if it's one of the bigger traditional ones, so imagine you can't see this, you just have the ring kind of sticking out, and so you can like easily find your place. Although these are thick that you can easily find your place anyway, but isn't he so cool? I am like so pleased. I was kind of nervous about it last night, and I was like, I don't know if it's quite how I want it to be, and the tower isn't as detailed as the real tower is, which I know is, I'm changing it to crochet, and I could have probably done better with it, but for coming up with this pattern off the cuff and just kind of having fun with it, I am super pleased, and I kind of want to make one for myself, but I never really crochet things for myself too often, so yeah. And I could probably fix a couple of the things with the spires, but I'm pretty happy with it. So I think it's pretty obvious what it is. I mean, especially paired with the gold ring, I think it's obvious. But yeah, anyway, those are the 2 bookmarks I made last night. So tonight I have to start and hopefully finish at least one of the scarves, and then maybe tomorrow I can finish the other scarf, and then Friday I can jump on to other projects, but we will see what's going on. But anyway, now I will see you tomorrow. Hello, happy Thursday. It is about 11:30 p.m. I filmed my Vlogmas clip right away when I got home and after I made dinner and stuff, but then I had Jen from the Book Refuge did a reading sprint productivity live show exclusive to her Patreon members, so I did that, and that was at 6 o'clock my time. And then at 7 o'clock the Avs game started, so I was doing double duty, and I did a lot of crocheting. But before I touch base on that, let's talk about books. So last night I finished If You Give a Jerk a Gingerbread by Gina Aston. This is the 2nd book in her Reindeer Falls series. I gave this 4.5 stars. This is between a everyday baker, Ginger, and she is one of the sisters that's a part of the first 3 books in this series, and she is joining the Great Gingerbread Bake Off, which is a like Food Network type show, and one of the other competitors. There are a couple other celebrity chefs, but she runs into Keller, who is like her favorite celebrity chef, and she has a crush on him, and he's British, and it is their romance, and I loved it to pieces. 4.5 stars. I talk about it in Vlogmas. I read this one for Vlogmas, so there is that. For Winter's Kiss, let me grab my notes here. I use this for a recommendation from Shelby, and she actually had recommended them last year, and we were gonna do like a mini book club around this time of the year, and it was the first 3 books in this series, and maybe we did all 6, and then the Devney Perry trilogy, although technically that's under her Willa Nash pen name. But I only ended up just reading the first book in the Reindeer's Falls one and none of the other ones. So I am using that for a rec from Shelby. 4.5 stars. And then today, so I started it last night. I didn't get very far. It just kind of started automatically because I was having my Lexi read to me from the ebook I have. So because it has the first 3 books combined, it just automatically started the next book. So it didn't get very far, but I did start book 3, and then tonight I finished it after the Avalanche game. And that is the One Night Stand Before Christmas. And this is Noelle, who I think is the oldest sister's book, and she has a one night stand with a man she convinces to play Santa and doesn't really know who he is. And it was super cute. I liked it better than the first one. So I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to do 3.5 stars or 4 stars. I'm not the biggest fan of one night stand situations. And then part of the epilogue I thought was super cute. But the other portion I'm not 100% sure on. So check my Vlogmas. That'll be for tomorrow's Vlogmas. So day 16. To hear what my final decided rating is. So it'll probably be 3.5 at the very least. 4 at the most. So either one of those. And then for Winter's Kiss, I am using this one for a small town romance. Okay, so books. And then last night I managed to get through like 1 2/3 skein of and I will show you what yarn I used for this one. It was the Baby Bee Sweet Delights Chunky in the color Sun Kisses. And yes, it's a baby yarn, but my aunt's favorite color is yellow, so I made the same exact scarf pattern as the other one, and you can definitely see the pattern a lot better in this yellow. So I made hers, and this took 3 full skeins on this one, and I actually had to cut out a row because I didn't have enough yarn. I was definitely playing yarn chicken at the end there, but you can't really tell because, yeah, you can't really tell. I noticed because I know what the pattern's supposed to be, but with the way that the textured portion goes down into the 3rd row of the double crochets, it doesn't look like there's 3 rows of double crochets. So the fact that I only ended up doing 2 at the end instead of 3 and then a row of single crochets doesn't actually look that weird. So yeah, and now I pointed it out to you, so now you all know what. But I ran out of yarn, and I was like, oh, I'm playing yarn chicken, and this time I lost, but I made it work. And then my uncle, whose also favorite color is yellow, but I got him a darker yellow. I did his, and what's crazy is this is a chunky weight yarn as well. It is a 5 weight, but it is so much thinner, as you could probably tell. Like, this is so much poofier, and this is with the same, I used the same hook. It is just a touch shorter. You can see there, but I did it to the same length, and I think it's just a touch shorter, like half a row shorter. But it's ended up being the same number of repeats. So it's, even though it looks like really different yarn, it's actually not that different. But this one definitely has a lot more drape to it because it is a thinner, chunky weight. But I did this like amber honey yellow for his. But yeah, so I got those two done. So that is two more Christmas. I finished 2 Christmas presents tonight. So I am just like, okay, so tomorrow I'm going to have to sit and look down on who I have to finish before I finish others. And then I will look at, you know, I might have to give out a couple IOUs, but I think I might be seeing a couple people after Christmas. So it'll give me a little bit of extra time on theirs, but I just really wasn't in the mood to crochet, and then I was working on my blanket, and then I stopped crocheting altogether. I still have to finish my freaking gingerbread house blanket, and I really want to finish it, but Christmas presents will have to come first. But yeah, so those are what I have been working on and I have finished, and that is perfect because those 2 scarves are the ones I have to ship to California. So hopefully, it's already pretty late tonight, so I probably won't get the box together unless I wake up super early tomorrow morning. But I need to do their Christmas card and stuff, so I'll probably just put the box together tomorrow night, and then I'll just go to the UPS store early Saturday morning and get it shipped to them. But yeah, you probably don't need to know all of my plans, but there you go. Those are my plans. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to pick up next. Like I said, I have to figure out what I'm going to do, but I'm sure as soon as I start crocheting, although I do have one plastic canvas thing that I have like half started that I also could finish. But yeah, I'll have to see what I have going on my plans here. So let's do the quest calendar and then we will wrap things up. So yesterday we fought more of the guards. Let's see what today is. Okay, we are finally, it looks like, going to start our battle with King Marak Volgar. Those were some of my best fighters, but there will always be more willing to fight for law and balance. Alas, your combat skills are impressive. Looks like I will have to get my hands dirty and take care of you myself. Mark turns an open palm toward you and fires forth a blast of arcane energy. Okay, so A is dodge the blast, which is a dexterity roll, reminder danger sense, and B is counter his spell, which is a wisdom roll, reminder arcane adept, dexterity, 1000%. So it looks like we aren't actually fighting him yet. I wonder if that's what we're going to be doing the rest of the year. I hope not. I hope we get some like time to like enjoy our life after all this, but that's okay. All right, so I'm looking at it and I'm like, I already got all the information off of you. I have to look at this. Okay, so dexterity is a +6, and then we do have danger sense, which gives us a +2, and one of our followers also has danger sense, so that gives us another +2, so we get a +10 to our dexterity roll, and that is a 15, so 25. If the result is 16 or more, you expertly dodge out of the way and duck behind cover to completely avoid getting hit. Well, that's nice. And that's it for today. So super quick quest calendar, and that is it. So I think I'm going to kind of get things packed up, and I'm going to put on one of the newest episode of Below Deck, and while I get things kind of packed up and organized here, and then it's already super late, but I might give myself to like 12:30 I finished the novella for tomorrow, and I could be smart and get a jump on that novella, but I need to get to Kingdom of Ash. So I think I'm gonna grab Tower of Dawn and try to find those few little things that I wanted to reread before I jump into the new stuff. So maybe I'll do that, because that shouldn't take very long, and I'm not going to worry about counting it. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll keep track of how many pages I read just for fun, but yeah. Anyway, I'll stop rambling at you. I will see you tomorrow. Happy Friday. Hello. Happy it just changed to Saturday. But we're going to talk about it like it's Friday. Yeah. Reading wise, did I tell you I finished One Night Stand with Before Christmas last night? I think I filmed it late, so I think I already told you. If I did not, I finished One Night Stand Before Christmas by Jane Austen, which is the third book in her Reindeer Falls series. And I used it for the small town prompt for Winter's Kiss. Very quick. Hopefully it's not a repeat, and I don't feel like doing super editing because I'm still behind in my weekly vlogs. So I will leave it there. A lot was going on today, but honestly, please go check out the Vlogmas for day 16, because I usually try not to go into it on there, but I went on for like a full 12-minute rant before getting to any of my normal Vlogmas stuff. So there's a lot going on. But yeah, otherwise, book-wise, I keep meaning to pick up those pieces of Tower of Dawn and reread them, and I still haven't done that, and that was my plan for tonight, and it's already almost 12:30, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I want to go to sleep, but I still have to wrap my aunt's presents and my uncle's presents so I can wake up early tomorrow and get there first thing when the UPS store opens and get those shipped. So, yeah. I'm not going to bed yet, so I don't know if I'm going to pick up an audiobook or if I'm just going to put on Psych or find some other Christmas movie to put on. Usually I watch a lot of Hallmark Christmas movies, but since I don't really have Hallmark right now, I do plan on watching the 9 Lives of Christmas movie. It's available on Hoopla, so I will check it out, but movies are only available for 3 days when you check them out on Hoopla, so I'm waiting till I know I'm going to have a closer time to watch it. And then I usually watch The Santa Claus on New Year's Eve. But yeah, so we'll see how many Christmas movies I end up picking up this year, since things are kind of funky. But I'm on season 4 in my Psych rewatch, and I paused after season 3 because I found a Psych rewatch podcast. So I wanted to get caught up on episodes there. And I got caught up, so I just started season 4, and I love Psych. It is one of my favorite shows. It makes me laugh, and I just love everybody to pieces, and I can't wait to get to season 7, because my favorite Psych episode is in episode 7, or is in season 7, and it just... The first time I watched it, we had to pause it because I was laughing so hard I started hyperventilating, and it kills me. If you've seen Psych, it is the one where there is murder in Gus's office, and he kind of accidentally ends up tampering with the crime scene and completely is freaking out, and it just slays me. It just slays me. Ugh. And they were talking about, in my rewatch podcast, they were talking about how great of a actor Timothy Osmondson is, who plays Lassie. And now I just want to rewatch Gallivant. Gallivant was so good. Oh, I have the 2 seasons on DVD. It was so good, and I hope now that Timothy is really making steps from his stroke recovery and he's starting to act again, I don't know how his singing chops, if they're still up to par, but I would love him. I would love more Gallivant, but being a TV music whole show, it was a fight to even get season 2. So anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbering at you. So yeah, no book news updates. Outside of I haven't been reading, or I didn't read anything today. I'm almost done with all my stockings. That's kind of one of the things that I was ranted about earlier. So let's just do the quest calendar and end out this week so we don't have too long of a clip today. So yesterday we started actually fighting King Merrick Volgar, and he was trying to do some magic on us, but we successfully dodged it. Alright, so yep. It looks like we are finally going to be in full-on combat with him. So it looks like, according to this, we're going to have 3 rounds, a wisdom roll, an attack roll, a damage roll, and then it looks like a strength roll. So I'm guessing the wisdom will be to banish him back to his homeworld. I'm not sure what's going on with the strength. But let's see what it says. You may court some god's favor after all, but you will face my full wrath. Mark charges at you with precision and force. His form is massive, and his technique with the greatsword is frightening to witness. Your attempts to banish him back to his realm do not work. Are you sure? Okay, so our wisdom roll is to not become frightened. And then if we have to make a strength roll, it's so that we do not become weakened fighting him. So, and that will probably be if we take damage. So just to kind of touch base, our wisdom is a +4. Our attack right now is a +12. And then our damage is 3d10 +6. So let us get going on these 3 rounds. So round 1, and we will start with our wisdom roll. So we need a 9 or more to not become frightened, which means a 5 or more on the die, and that is a 6. We are cutting it close. So that's a 10, and we need a 9 or more. So we are not frightened, so attack +12, and that is a 13. So 25 to hit. We needed a 19 or more, so now I will roll damage. Alrighty. Whoop. Rolling it under things. Okay, so, whoa, 7 and 8. Nice. So, and then one more. 15, and then 6. So 15, 21, +6. So 27 damage. Holy moly. And if our damage roll is 15 or more, he is stunned this round. So stunned. And then moving on. So wisdom roll, we need a 9 or better. That's a 12 on the die. So now we attack. And that is a 15. So we are at 27. And once again, we needed a 19 to hit. So damage, 6, 7... 15 plus our 6, so 21 damage this round, and we needed 17 or more this time to stun him, so we get that. And our final round. So our wisdom roll is a 13 on the die, so that is enough to not become frightened, and a 13 to attack, so 25 once again, and we needed a 19, so damage is 10, 17... Oh, wow. 25 plus 6, so 31 damage for the round 3. And we needed a 14 or more to stun him. And then it says, King Merrick may be hurt and exhausted, but he is not done with you. Dun dun dun. To be continued. But that will be something that we deal with next week. So I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I can't believe we're almost at Christmas. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what to do. And I will see you all very soon.